Okay, so for the past few years, we've all gotten pretty used to AI that can create things, right? An email, an image, a quick summary. It's amazing. But what if AI could actually do things? We're standing on the edge of a massive shift in artificial intelligence, moving away from tools that just generate content and into a new world of agents that take real-world action.
This quote right here, it just nails the core frustration with the AI we use every day. Think about it. You get this perfectly worded email from a tool like ChatGPT. But then what happens? You still have to copy it, paste it, and hit send. You have to check for a reply. And you have to be the one to actually book the meeting it suggests. The AI gives you the plan, but you're left doing all the legwork. And you know what? There's actually a name for this bottleneck. It's called the implementation gap. It's that empty space between a brilliant AI-generated idea and getting it done in the real world. That gap is filled with all our manual tasks, the clicking, the copying, the pasting, the scheduling. And it's exactly this gap that this whole new wave of AI is being built to leap across. So the big question is, how do we close that gap? Well, the answer lies in shifting from what we currently know as a copilot to a brand new concept, an agent. And this isn't just swapping out one buzzword for another. It's a completely different way of thinking about our relationship with AI. We are moving from assistance to true autonomy. The best way to get your head around this is the pilot analogy. With the co-pilot model we're used to, you are the pilot in the cockpit. The AI is your helpful assistant, feeding you information, making suggestions. But with an agent, the AI is the pilot. You just give it the destination, the end goal, and it handles everything, charting the course and actually flying the plane. So what's the engine running this AI pilot? How does it actually work? Well, it runs on this constant four-step cycle. First, it perceives the world around it by pulling in data from all sorts of sources. Then, it reasons. It takes a big, complex goal and breaks it down into small, simple steps. Next, and this is the absolute game changer, it acts. It actually carries out those steps using other programs and tools. And finally, it learns from the results, getting smarter and more efficient each time. This isn't a one-and-done thing. It's a never-ending loop of doing and improving. Now, I know this might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but trust me, this is happening right now, and it is moving incredibly fast. This isn't some far-off research concept anymore. It's a full-blown economic and technological movement that's already well underway.
$2 billion. That is the staggering amount of venture capital that's been pumped into agentic AI startups in just the last 2 years. And that kind of money tells you everything you need to know. The people with the big checks believe this is the next major platform shift in technology. It's fueling a massive boom. And it's not just the investors. Businesses are jumping on this train at an incredible speed. We're looking at a jump from about a quarter of companies running agentic AI pilots next year in 2025 to a full half of them by 2027. That's a doubling of adoption in just 2 years. This is not a someday trend. Companies are already moving past the sandbox and deploying these agents to run their core business operations. But here's where this story gets really powerful. Automating a sales pipeline or customer service is one thing. But what if we could aim this incredible new technology at something bigger? The most profound use of these agents might not be in the corporate world at all, but in tackling some of our most complex and stubborn social problems. See, in crucial areas like healthcare, education, and sustainability, the biggest roadblock often isn't a lack of data or a lack of good ideas. The real problem is something called coordination failure. It's when all the right information and all the right resources exist, but they're stuck in different places, trapped in silos, unable to connect with the right person or system at the right time to actually make something happen. Let's make this really concrete. In healthcare, you might have patient data in one system that predicts with high accuracy that someone is at risk of a fall. But that system doesn't talk to the scheduling system for home health aides. The warning just sits there. Or in sustainability, a recycling plant might not have real-time data on what kind of plastic is in high demand, so valuable materials go to waste. These are coordination problems, and they are exactly the kind of cross-system puzzles an AI agent is built to solve. So what all of this is pointing to is a truly fundamental change in what we even expect from AI. We are leaving an era that was defined by generating information and entering a brand new one that will be defined by taking action. And that has enormous implications for how we work, how we solve problems, and really how our entire society functions.
Just look at this shift side by side. The primary output is no longer content, it's actions and workflows. Our whole interaction model is changing. We're going from a simple prompt and response chat to just setting a goal or letting the AI run autonomously. And the social impact? Well, the last wave was about democratizing knowledge, making information available to everyone. This next wave is about building operational capacity, giving all of us the ability to do more.
And all of this leads us to one single essential question. We are building technology that can act independently on our behalf. We're not the pilot anymore. We're more like the air traffic controller, setting destinations for a whole fleet of autonomous agents. So, the most important question we have to answer as a society is this. As AI begins to take action, what actions should we empower it to take?